Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I want to look ahead to August a bit. I want to show you where we're looking at for some development. I'll get to that in a moment as we get deeper into the hurricane season. Hang with me. We have one tropical wave that moved by Central America. That is bringing heavy rain. Another one right near Jamaica. We have some rain and storms around right now. I want to zoom down and you see this blob stretching back toward the Turks and Caicos and southern Bahamas. Not organized, but that's that tropical wave that continues to move west, and a couple more out there more in the open waters of the Atlantic. But you see the brighter colors on this map. That means taller clouds in that heavier rain. And you see right here from parts of the Yucatan of Mexico as we work our way toward Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, even parts of Panama today. We're going to see these heavy areas of rain. Guatemala and El Salvador. We'll watch out for the possibility of flooding. There's the unsettled weather with this tropical wave right now. Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, near Puerto Rico, and then up through the Turks and Caicos. Isolated areas of flooding. Watching out for some thunderstorms in this. So let me zoom down quickly. This is a 3-day total in Jamaica, but most of this would really be for today. So we could see an additional 25 millimeters of rain or an inch of rain, but a few spots. See this brighter color showing up here? That's telling me there could be a couple thunderstorms around. And this is just a computer model. This here could be over here or down here, but if you get stuck in a thunderstorm today or a couple repeat storms, we could have a few spots across Jamaica getting 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of rain as that tropical wave moves its way to the west. So kind of a busy day, busy pattern. Out here in the open waters of the Atlantic, off the coast of Africa, not as much, but there are some signs as I look at really long-term stuff. I look at some of the model information in the environment late July into early August, that eventually we're going to see some development coming off the coast of Africa. Now this is July. Typically in July, we're still looking pretty close to home for development. Here we are in the Caribbean. You see the blue shading. That's sometimes where we see things pop up. Of course, this year has been different with Beryl and just how major of a hurricane that was. That was highly unusual for so early in the season. But this is the map for August, and you can see how things really flip over. So, for example, Cayman Islands, we get back toward Jamaica. Here's Trinidad and Tobago. This is when we really start to look off the coast of Africa, and kind of the Atlantic basin as a whole is really open for business. The Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico. Everywhere could see the possibility of development. That's common as we get deeper into the hurricane season, and there are some signs though that I am seeing a couple of these potential waves down the road late July, early August that may want to hang together as they move across the Atlantic. This is a look over the last a lot of years, over 100 years, about 150 years, August 1st to August 10th, and it shows you where things have developed in this time, and you see how it could really be anywhere at this point going forward. And I'm going to dive into August further. I did a video on that a couple days ago if you want to look at the August outlook, but I'm now watching for the possibility of some development late August, or rather late July, early August. So this will be the area to watch coming off the coast of Africa. High pressure has really been in control. This will shift around some. High pressure is like a blocker. It's an area that doesn't allow things to kind of spin out to sea, so to speak. It does shift around some. The strength of it will vary. So it's still a wait and see on if everything is just going to head toward the Caribbean or if there'll be some breaks where things could kind of turn out and turn up a little bit sooner. So we track it storm by storm as we go forward. Now look at these heavy areas of rain. Here's Haiti, Dominican Republic, Turks and Caicos. Not everyone gets it, but if you do, watching out for the downpours. This is today. Belize, Guatemala, really heavy rain at times if you happen to get it. Western Panama, Costa Rica. Here's Nicaragua. Watching out for these areas of rain. Eastern Caribbean, a couple spotty showers, not as much because either some dust will be around or some drier air. So even if you don't have the dust, you may have some of the drier air, but you can see how very active it is behind one tropical wave here and another one sliding by. Now by tomorrow, you see some of the scattered storms, parts of the Bahamas and Cuba. That's with the tropical wave moving past Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. Still some showers possible. Central America, still some heavier areas of rain. Eastern Caribbean, not as much, but as we work our way into next week, pattern shifts a little bit. You still see the rain across Central America, but as we get into next week, we'll get a bit of an uptick in some of the rain. Some of the dust will kind of mix out. So as we go from Monday into Tuesday, Trinidad, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda, Guadalupe, Dominica, slightly better chance of getting a few showers around. Now the seas, the waves, all that stuff, they're up a bit. Here are the Turks and Caicos, Southern Bahamas, stretching back toward Jamaica. Things are going to be a little bit elevated. This is today because we have that one tropical wave right here kind of kicking by, and you see how things build in the Caribbean. This is by tomorrow. So we're looking at about 2 to about 3 meters, so upwards of about 9, maybe even 10, 11 feet in some spots. And then this here is by Monday. So we're going to see the elevated wave heights with that tropical wave moving in. Now let me take you around and show you some of the rain totals. Guyana and Suriname, I want to start with us here because we are going to see those heavy areas of rain still. And watching out for some increased flooding the next few days. So giving you the heads up in Guyana and Suriname. You see this white and black shading here. 100 to 150 millimeters of rain or 4 to 6 inches of rain will be possible for a 3-day rain total. So there's the heads up. Watching you, of course, carefully. Not quite as much northeastern Venezuela and over toward Trinidad. We'll get that chance of a few scattered showers, but because some of us have some dust, and even if you don't have the dust, you may have some of the drier air. Rain totals not as high. Grenada, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, over toward St. Lucia and Barbados. Same thing, Antigua and Barbuda, over toward St. Kitts, Saba. You get toward Guadalupe, rain chance not as high, but still some spotty showers and storms possible. On the backside of the tropical wave, again, the tropical wave over here, so British and U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, chance of a few showers and storms today. It's going to be a little higher. I covered Jamaica, over toward Haiti in the Dominican Republic. Just kind of depends on where some of this sets up, but you see those brighter colors, and that could lead to some flooding. So the Dominican Republic and Haiti, please monitor those river crossings today. Even if it's not raining where you are, there could be rain elsewhere, and you get that runoff coming down the mountains. That could lead to those very elevated river crossings. And then we'll see those scattered showers and storms, especially tomorrow as that tropical wave moves past Jamaica, Cayman Islands, into Cuba. Scattered storms will be possible tomorrow. That could give us some downpours, kind of hit or miss as we get over toward the Bahamas. But once again, this is where that heavy rain is. I was showing you that from the get-go. Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Belize, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, parts of Panama. Some higher totals the next few days. We've had some of the flooding around. Not quite as much the Yucatan of Mexico, but you get toward Mexico City, still some of the higher rain totals with us. There were some substantial flooding in some areas yesterday. Swinging up to the north, watching one system leave, another one trying to work in. Here's Newfoundland, and you get over toward Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island as we work our way to the Atlantic region of Canada. As we get into tomorrow, not much. Everything right on track. Could see a shower. Can't even rule out a thunderstorm with a little front moving by. This is on Sunday, and then as we get into a Monday, still same thing. Not a whole lot of action as we get into Monday. So rain chances elevated in Jamaica. It's not all day, but you may get stuck in some of the storms. Let me know if you do get some of that flooding around, and then the rain chance will drop off some. 40% chance tomorrow, 30% chance on Monday. So we're going to see that elevated rain chance today, but gradually going down. It does bump up some for us in the Cayman Islands tomorrow with that tropical wave. We're up to a 50% chance. Trinidad and Tobago still seeing the rain chance right around 50, maybe 60%. It's not all day. It's just some spotty showers, couple storms that will be possible. Then as you get to the north, the rain chance is lower. It's even drier. 20% chance of a shower in Barbados today, 40% chance tomorrow, and about a 30 to 40% chance in St. Lucia. So this is kind of the passing variety with some of that drier air sneaking in. St. Lucia, 30 to 40% chance. Looking at a 50% chance today in Grenada, but you can see a bit drier as we work our way into Sunday. 40 to 50% chance through the weekend. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, about a 30% chance in Martinique and a 30% chance of an isolated shower or storm in Dominica. 30% chance in Guadalupe. We swing to the north and you see some of that drier air. So Antigua and Barbuda, the next 2 days only a 20% chance of seeing a passing shower and a 20 to 30% chance St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat. Rain chance kind of low. Anguilla and St. Bart's could be a few, but just not many. Rain chance on the low side. St. Martin, Saba, and Statia. Scattered storms, though, in Puerto Rico. We'll watch out for some areas of flooding. 30 to 40% chance on the back end of the tropical wave. U.S. Virgin Islands and British Virgin Islands. Rain chance will bump up a little bit tomorrow in the Bahamas, favoring the southern Bahamas, closer to the Turks and Caicos. coast, and that's where we have some rain around with that tropical wave right now. Scattered storms, Dominican Republic. I talked about the river crossings, watching out for some of that in Haiti today. Scattered areas of some rain and storms. 60% chance in Belize. It is on the higher side, and it will stay unsettled over the next few days. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire wouldn't be much more than a 20% chance Sunday into Monday. Now, I showed you Guyana with those higher totals. Watching out for the possibility of flooding again. Guyana and Suriname over the next 3 days. We're going to see some extra rain around. Storms popping up, especially tomorrow in central Cuba. 50% chance. There's the high chance in Costa Rica. Down into western Panama. Let me know your location and if you are getting flooding, or if you're staying on the dry side. Nicaragua, watching out for the possibility of flooding and watching out for the areas of rain and storms on the backside of that tropical wave over toward Honduras. Elevated 70% chance. Guatemala and El Salvador, very active. Mexico City is 70% chance. 60% chance across the Yucatan of Mexico. So some scattered showers and storms. Cozumel over toward Cancun, back toward Merida. Colombia, rain chance only about 20%. And a 20 to 30% chance as we work our way into northern Venezuela. Same thing, 20 to 30% chance as we get into Bermuda. So active pattern with 2 tropical waves moving in. Watching those large areas of rain, monitoring the flooding. Mudslides possible too, especially in parts of Central America. Eastern Caribbean, not quite as much with dry air or that dust around, but I'm going to keep an eye on the coast of Africa, and I'm going to cover that further in some upcoming videos. So be safe if you're dealing with some of the flooding. If you do have some of the dust around, let me know about that as well, and I hope you have a good and safe day ahead.